G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. This is season 32 of Alliance War, penultimate war of the season, and we're up against Allied Ruler, who are a pretty good matchup for us. They're also, around that top of Platinum 1 level, and definitely could go either way. It could go either way. I think we've beaten them before, but we've also had, a couple of close ones. And we're going to be rolling with a Mega Red, Sabretooth, and Human Torch. We've got the 5 fights today. And we're starting off here on path 7, so we've got a Mojo here, Kinetic Transference. This is our only torch fight, so thought we might as well pop the pre-fight. He can probably do it without the pre-fight, but it is our only torch fight, so there's no reason for us not to use it. Just extra damage, and we get those power stings, which is awesome. So we are going to pop him in vulnerability boost for every fight this war, because this is do or die. These last 2 wars, if we don't win these wars, we're not making masters. So there's really no, we just got nothing to lose here. We have to go full out on boosting it for every fight. And so we start off here. He unfortunately, I missed a parry there, and he charges heavy attack, which activated his anti-life field. And I did push him here to a special 2. Luckily he got blocker hits here, so I decided to bait out a special 2 here without activating his aura, and we do get it out of him. I get a nice SP2 dex in there. Unfortunately I did block the hit before removing our dexterity precision, so that did take us down a bit with degen damage, but only like 10% of our health, and we finish him off there with a special 2, and yeah, he melts super quickly. So a rank 3 torch with Nova Flame, he's going to take down a Mojo pretty quickly. And now here we're just going to be putting suicides on, because the rest of our fights, the 4 fights that we have next are Mega Red fights, and we definitely want suicides for them because we want that extra attack, and also, well, not really the attack, it's mainly the bleed on ourselves so that we can build up extra spores. And it's going to be much easier than the last time we brought Omega Red, because this time we do have the Sabretooth synergy. So last time I fought this Kingpin here on Viva 5, we didn't have Sabretooth. So with Sabretooth, on paper it's much simpler, because we can just build those spores up much quicker. We can get 10 spores easier. And obviously he still has unstoppable armor, so we do have to watch out for that. But I probably should have baited the special one out a bit later than that, so like I only want to do it during the unstoppable armor phase, during those 3 seconds, so that we don't have to worry about the special one then the unstoppable armor, but it wasn't a big deal. And we're up to 15 spores now. He throws a couple of heavy attacks, and we take a little bit of brute force damage, but it's not the end of the world, and we finish him off there with a special one. Actually get a bit of health back from the regen, the life steal, so that was good. Very clean fight against Kingpin there on Vivified. He's definitely the best option in the game for that fight. And then here we have a Spider Ham. So this is in section 2 now, so we're on path 2. Strike, counter, block, penetration. We've taken this path quite a few times this season. And I was originally actually assigned Apocalypse for this path, but we decided that Omega Red would have been better for the other fights, because that meant I would have had to take Apocalypse versus Kingpin, and also the Black Panther on node 46 with Buffet. But because of unstoppable armor, that wouldn't have been a very good matchup for Apocalypse. I thought Omega Red would have been better, so it means we're going to take Omega Red against these strike counter fights. And so this first one, we decided to just blade heavies at the start and only land our first parry when we're built up enough spores. Unfortunately, well, because of the disorient, unfortunately I was a bit late on that heavy, and he throws a special one, but that just used up the invulnerability boost, which isn't bad. And he is building up a few block penetration charges here, but it's right when he's about to die, so we finish him off there with a couple of basic attacks. So yeah, another clean fight with Omega Red, barely lost any health. And here, this is a bit of a tricky matchup for Omega Red, because you can't parry Professor X's light attack. Like if you just do a 5-hit combo and then try to parry, it won't work because it's non-contact, so you have to actually dash back, and that means you lose some spores. So it's not very great in that regard. You see, he had to dash back to get the spores up, so we're only up to 7 when we land our first heavy. We're normally be up to 10 or at least. And we also have the disorient if we dash back twice in a row. I do activate the falter there, which is good. I was prepared for that, and then the Falter's gone away now, so we can land that heavy attack. He did get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 block penetration charges, and the special one takes him most of the way down, but he has got quite a bit of block penetration now, and I wanted to hopefully get him down before the Falter came back. I probably should have thrown the special one right before it came back, because that doesn't get Faltered, but we finish him off anyway. It just means we'll have to heal up a Mega Red here with 1 potion for this Black Panther. So this was the big fight that I had to prepare the most for. I did some practicing with a guidance boost, because we do have a guidance boost from our alliance mate LCC, and I had to test if this would be better or worse for a Mega Red, because for some champs with a guidance boost, if you're fighting the champs with a guidance boost, the passive stun can actually push you back quite a bit. For example, I think Korg's the biggest example of that. If you have a guidance boost and you're using a Mega Red against Korg, the passive stun pushes you out of your spore range, and I was worried that might happen for this fight. But I did some testing in like Act 5 with my 4-star Omega, and luckily it doesn't. It really doesn't push you back at all, which is good. That means it's a longer stun. It means more time to build up our spores. So we land a heavy attack there, and here we just want to play super passively, because he is getting armor buffs, but we just want to wait till those are gone. Unfortunately, I was a bit early on that heavy, because he still had an armor up buff, which meant he went unstoppable. But it just used a couple of hits out of invulnerability boost, and here he goes. We did the same thing again, but that was right at the end of the fight, so it wasn't a big deal. So yeah, a very quick fight with a Mega Red. He definitely is a great option for that with a guidance boost. And yeah, those are our fights this war. And so this war started horribly for us. We were 34-6 very early on. We had done 34 fights, died 6 times, and it was, and they'd barely done any fights at that point. But it was really a terrible start. But then we pulled it back a bit, and I think once we got to 100 fights, we were about 9 deaths, and they had finished by then. They actually did all their fights in that time. They died 10 times, and I didn't realize until this morning that they actually missed a defender. Someone missed their placement, so they only placed 29, and that meant we actually won. We both died 10 times, but we won on defender diversity. Those 150 points there you can see is making the difference up. Now, if they had placed 30, we still would have won, because we did win on fight duration as well. But yeah, luckily for us, they only placed 145 champs, which meant even if we had died one more time, we still would have won, I think, because that would have been 80 points less. So. But it was still very close at the end, and I'm really proud of the guys for pulling through, and it was great, which means we're up to 4th in Platinum 1 right now, so it's almost the highest we've been in this season. I think we were up to 3rd at one point, and then came back down a bit, but now we're at 4th, heading into the last war of the season, which is going to make or break our Masters placement. Because if we win, it's the best chance we have. If we win, there's still a chance we might not make it. But if we lose, we're definitely not making it. And yeah, so we just got to attack this war with the best we've got. Full boost every fight, invulnerability boost, power star 1 boosts, just dueling everything, just to make sure that we win this last war. And if we do, who knows what happens? We might finish Masters, which will be my first time ever, which I'm really excited for. So looking forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching this one, and yeah, see you around. Peace out.